Sue-Meg Campground, which was formerly known as Patrick's Point, is a California state park in Trinidad, California. This campground allows both tents and trailers. The maximum trailer length is 31 feet. The campsites have dirt parking pads, and the campground itself is a dry campground, so there are no water or electric hookups at the sites. There is drinking water available. There are spigots throughout the campground. There is also an RV water fill station where you can fill up your fresh water tank right near the dump station. And yes, there is a dump station available at the campground as well. The sites were decent sized, and there's pretty good tree coverage, which did make the sites feel a little bit more private. The trees were more dense in the Abalone Loop than they were in the Agate Beach Loop, so the Abalone Campground Loop did seem to have a little bit more privacy in the sites. But that campground loop is seasonal, and when we were there in October, it was already closed for the season. Each site does have a tall metal fire pit. There is also a metal bear box and a picnic table. The campground has flush toilets available, and there are also showers. They have both trash and recycling. As far as supplies go, the campground does have a visitor center with a little store there, but the items are mostly souvenir items. There weren't too many supplies. Your best bet if you need to stock up on supplies is to go to McKinleyville, which is about 25 minutes away from the campground. We were able to get a weak cell signal with our Verizon coverage. The types of trees at the campground included Sitka spruce, red alder, Douglas fir, western hemlock, and short pine. As far as animals went, while we were there, we saw a ton of banana slugs. We also saw a few jackrabbits, and we saw evidence of some raccoons. We saw lots of birds. And near the water, there's also tide pools, and you can see whales and sea lions. There are also bears around. While we were there, we also saw termites. So this was a first for us, and we did find a couple inside the trailer, but we dealt with it and don't seem to have any issues. Now let's talk about the activities around the campground. One of the fun things about visiting this campground is there's a recreated Native American village, and this is where the Sue-Meg name came from. It's a recreated Yurok village, and Sue-Meg is the name that the Yurok people called this area. So the village is really cool. The kids got to play around in all of the different huts and check it all out. There was also a lot of information about why it was created this way and what they used all of the different buildings for. So the kids not only had a great time running around and checking out every single building, but they also learned a lot about why it was created that way and the purpose behind the buildings, and they really enjoyed the whole experience. Another fun thing to do at this campground is go hiking. So we were actually able to go on a hike from our campsite to that village to go and check it out. And then we could also walk to the visitor center from there. So there's lots of little trails that you can use to access different parts of the campground. There's also a trail that we took to go to the beach. So there's Agate Beach, which is right at camp, and there's a trail that you could take to get to the beach. And on the beach, there's a whole bunch of rocks, and you can look and find agates. There's another trail that you can take to go see Wedding Rock. So there was lots of different trails and different points of interest that you could go see right from the campground. We really enjoyed getting to check out some of these trails. Unfortunately, none of them are dog friendly. None of the trails here will allow you to walk with a dog. And another fun thing to do while you're staying at Sue-Meg State Park is go and visit some breweries. So you're only about a half hour away from a handful of breweries that are worth checking out. On our stay, we went to Six Rivers Brewing. It was only about 20 minutes away, and it was a nice spot to go for dinner. Also in the area is Mad River Brewing, Redwood Curtain Brewing, and then a little bit further away, about 45 minutes away, you could get to Lost Coast Brewing. so it's a fun place to stay if you did want to get out and explore some local breweries. The current cost to stay at Sue-Meg State Park is $35 a night. If you're interested to see what our favorite campsites were at the campground, take a look at our blog. I'll add a link to the full article in the video description, and you can see all the details there. I hope this helped give you a better idea if camping at Sue-Meg Campground would be a good fit for you and your family. If it did, please subscribe. Thanks, and happy camping!